Yo, so what's going on right now? I hate when people take people for asses when they're showing it straight up in our faces amongst the masses. You know what I'm talking about? So my investigation made the MP get charged. You all knew what was going on. So that means the officers that did not take the report, why were they not charged, Mr. Smith? Mr. Smith, you are the same officer who roughed up Chance Bascom while he was working in TV6. You are also the officer who arrested JasonX recently. So, Mr. Smith, why are the two officers that did not take the police report are not arrested and charged just as guilty as the man who raped a young man? Right. So Natasha George now. With that being said, you are protecting the identity of individuals who touching children. Is there anyone else that is involved in this situation that we should know about? And remember, Miss George, phone records cost $30,000 to get. And then there are some people who receive phone records and don't answer their phones on purpose. Are you hearing me, Miss George? So with that being said, we are done as yet. Mr. Alexander, I saw a picture of you highlighting certain things that are going on in different places throughout the housing facilities of Trinidad and Tobago. And you know what was highlighted? It was highlighting something with the PNM again. It is very much showing, even more so, that nobody gave you that position except Kamala Persad Bissessa. And you know what's very insulting with that situation? The favorite word that comes out of your mouth is the N word. And PNM. So with that being said, when you're a government minister of housing and everything is to defeat the purpose of individuals getting housing, why should we take you seriously? Yeah. Now, Kamala Persad Bissessa, you are interesting pathological liar. What I need to highlight to Mr. Alexander II now, Miss Olive Jack was arrested promptly. Mr. JasonX was arrested promptly after Mr. Smith's accordance in front of everybody. Kia Seeley's best friend was arrested 3 different times. And it had people like, for instance, Shaba de Leon laughing at her on Facebook. But mind you, if something happens to them, they call the police. So now I'll ask a question. Miss Vidya Persad, with all her words, why is she not arrested? When she was bad talking the Afro-Trinidadians in such a way that's very clear, why did you all take a report from her rather than arrest her? I'm asking this for a reason. So Olive Jack was prompted to be arrested by Lyndon Mack. Also, individuals were laughing at the murder of Kia Seeley's significant other and were not supporting the young lady who was arrested 3 times. So tell me now, make it make sense, why we have a lady who is a prime minister calling herself a stinking coolie, and we have a lady that clearly was insulting Afro-Trinidadians, and she getting scared right now because she was chatting all individuals called Afro-Trinidadians are insulting name. Why is she not arrested? You think I'm joking? So I just asking these simple questions now because we've seen what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Now a prime minister dealing in an insulting speech on purpose to make her supporters get riled up is something seeming to be normal. You know what's also interesting? Something called market share. When assholes don't do research and they don't click with the demographic of people, something is wrong. So now, let me go on to our next person now. This is very, very important. It's called simultaneously. So simultaneously, Jerlene John, we have a serious problem going on right now. Your ass is from Tobago, just as myself, just as Lyndon Mack, just as Watson Duke. So tell me, why did you authorize to get a contract given to Rock Hard cement to put up police posts, 30 different ones in Trinidad and Tobago. One on top of an oil pipeline, nice one. Two, the one in Taruba. It was put up so fast and stuff, the neighbors and all was in shock. You know why I'm saying that, Jerlene? And I can't have any type of respect for you at all, along with a lot of other Trinidadians. Jerlene, do you know giving $50,000 to a borough to fix their roads could never work, right? Yet still you're giving contracts to rock hard cement. Make it fucking make sense. Right. So now you approve infrastructure because you're the Minister of Infrastructure. But yet still, the lady who is running regional corporation is going Japan with her son at a whopping $64,000. Yet the NESUS or NISUS or whatever program they call the CPEP program that she invented now, nobody has been paid thus far. Right. Notice of all these things I highlighted today. Look how short and pleasant this was. So now, the officer that issued or wanted to be issued with a warrant to be stimulating and listening to phone calls belonging to one Dominic and Genevieve and Star, Sabga, Hadeed, respectively, in fact, I should say. So Dominic Hadeed, Genevieve Hadeed, that was born a Sabga and married to Mr. Hadeed, who was the High Court master that issued the surveillance warrant to the police officers. You all think people are assholes? All these questions need to be fucking answered. And that's why we know we live in a police state. So now with that being said, our Minister of Homeland Security has officially cost us in 31 days' time a successful $5.6 million to hold a certain person. So now, what did we achieve from this? We achieved and learned that he was also the person that made a lot of Trinidadians lose their visas. We also learned that Kamala Persad Bissessa was lying to us in the involvement of the kidnapping of a Venezuelan president. Are you all hearing what I'm saying? We are also learning that people who make certain statements who are a certain ethnicity can get off, but if you're black, Afro-Trinidadian, you will not be arrested, comparing to, in fact, you will be arrested, but definitely you have certain people called lackeys that hype up the crowd and could never be touched. That's why certain individuals cannot call my name, and furthermore, members of the Chaguanas police station fear my name. So let's get to somebody else now. Last but not least, Rommel died. A small man, 19 years old, died. Why are they not issuing the family to get his body to have his funeral? Is it a lava splash? Or you guys covering up something that we should know about? Western Division is very interesting. And when people have a certain name, people remember that for many reasons. So at this point in time, just like that jealous dog is doing, I'd like to acknowledge Rommel died once again. Why is the person that died also body not being released? Is it a vehicle? Other than that also, why are you telling the public it is Rommel's car when it was a rental? You all find nothing strange about that? Yeah. Right. On top of that also, Western Division has some very nice cover-up stories. Don't try to cover this one up. Release the boy's body. Stop listening to people's phone calls. And last but not least, Chaguanas Station, if you all call with idle threats once again, there will be some information to the public that will hurt you all feelings. And Mr. Smith, I hope you know, why don't you tell the public about a certain Suzette Martin, sir? You have nothing to say? Why don't you tell the public about a certain 1-foot man who used to be in the police service? I think you all overstepping all your fucking stupid boundaries. Not the regular boundaries, the stupid ones. Because you're fucking with the wrong people. Notice, my investigation made a man definitely get make out. Yo. And what is going on? If you all could allow officers to impregnate their daughters and cover it up, what is the chances that an MP could rape a young man and still get bail? Make it make sense. With that being said, Trinidad and Tobago, I love you guys on this Good Soup Saturday. Just remember, if you take the blue pill, just like those dogs, you'll be barking behind the fence with nothing changing. And my name is Jeremiah. So the truth hurts a lot of people. Oh, and before I go, just remember when you're running a crime fighting program, entertainment, it's not HBO, as your racist young lady said. And I'm not changing my words. When you're reporting, you report the truth. And you don't be barking like a fool behind gates because you're jealous of other people. With that being said, Trinidad and Tobago, I love you guys. Deuces.